Hello and welcome to the Secondary English PGCE. In the video I hope to be doing the following. I hope to be giving you information about what you were doing, when you were doing it, how you will be doing it, where you'll be doing it, what you will be doing in it, and why you were doing it. So let's go through all of these. First of all, in terms of what you were doing, we're thinking about the course itself. So what does the course consist of and what qualifications are you studying for? The when are you doing it? I'll give you details of the timetable this week, the first 4 weeks, and then from then on up to Christmas. How will you be doing it? I'll talk about the way we're arranging the groups, the way that we are going to arrange the timetable, and the nature of the teaching, which will be virtual and combined with some face-to-face. The way you'll be doing it will vary. Partly it will be at Newman University and partly it will be done at home, and of course it will also be done at schools. What you will be doing in it, we'll have a quick look at some of the content that will be taught, and then I'm going to leave you with that last question. Why are you doing it? And that's the activity for today, to think about the why you are doing this course and what is your motivation for wanting to be an English teacher. So let's start with the what are you doing, and it's QTS, Qualified Teacher Status. So you're studying for a course that will give you a professional qualification. And this professional qualification can be used in British schools, but it can also be used abroad, along with the PGCE. So it is a very good qualification to get, because it is something that will stay with you. However, the 1-year PGCE is a stage to being fully qualified. So you have to go through this stage, but you will also have to go through a 2-year newly qualified teacher process in order for the QTS to mean you are a fully qualified teacher. What that means is with QTS you can teach in schools, but you cannot be put on the pay scale of that teachers go on. So you will need to go through this process, and it was always the case that you always got QTS. And then there was used to be a year NQT, but now it's turned into 2-year NQT. Now you won't feel the NQT process particularly. It's not like the PGCE. You will be observed, but you'd be observed anyway. You will be assessed and monitored. You'd be assessed and monitored anyway. So it's not NQT. 2-year process is nothing particular to worry about, because once you've got through this course, then you have proven that you can do this, and therefore that should be a relatively straightforward process. You already have got a DFE number, Department for Education number, so you're already on the system as a trainee teacher, and schools can check who you are and that you've been gone through the process to allow you to go into schools already. And if successful on this course, that number that you've been given will change in terms of the status that you have. As well as a professional qualification, you will get an academic qualification called a PGCE. Now it depends on the level you succeed at. You will be taught at level 7, that is master's degree level. So we'll be taking you from your degree up a stage. And that can be difficult for some people, because that's a whole new area. If you think about every time you move university year, you went up a stage. You started at level 4 and then 5, and then your last year was level 6, and more was asked of you. Not only in terms of the engagement with the academic literature, but also in terms of the autonomy that you show, the moving from the books and moving from the guidance towards something that you make the decisions about, and you show that you are engaged with the work. So it is a step, it is a big step. For some it's a step too much, especially with training for a professional qualification. So there is a fallback qualification called the Professional Graduate Certificate in Education, which is a level 6, and it's still going to be on your CV as a PGCE. Nevertheless, we're aiming for the postgraduate certificate in education as well as QTS. Now, how we're going to do this is we're going to put you into a bubble, and hopefully, if all's gone to plan with everything this morning, then I will have sorted out the bubbles, or at least I will know who's coming in on the first bubble. Now, the bubbles are in 10, and you do not have to attend. If you have reasons why you don't want to attend this year, then that's absolutely fine. Obviously, you're going to have to attend school eventually, and that will be a full day. But in terms of the university, we can only take 10 people at a time anyway. So the bubbles are there to make sure that you have some face-to-face, the opportunity of face-to-face. Now, there are around 30 people or so on the course, so that will mean 3 groups, and it may well be, and I suspect it will be, that the third group will be entirely virtual, meaning that group bubble 1 and bubble 2 will be coming in for face-to-face teaching. Those face-to-face, you'll be in the room. Everybody else at the same time will be joining the sessions virtually by Zoom. And so you will be watching the sessions, listening to the answers of the people in the room, and as much as I possibly can, being part of the discussions in the room. So that's something we'll have to work out with technology. The first week runs like this. Today you've got induction, and there are some, again, if all has gone to plan, then you've been to heard the induction from the head of the PGCE course, Caroline Montgomery. You'll have then have seen me, and we'll have had a Zoom a quick start, and I'll have sorted out the bubbles. From the rest of the day, you'll have there is some work to do on the blog. From then on, you're in the hands of student services and the library, and I'm hoping that this morning's session informed where these things were. So today is just an induction day, an introduction day. Tomorrow is where the course starts proper, if you like, and it's the subject sessions. So we're into the teaching. It's a training day. Tuesdays and Thursdays will be towards your QTS, and Friday will be towards your PGCE. So on Friday, we will just move into a different kind of zone, which will be more of an academic zone towards the module. Tuesday and Thursday will be just helping you go through the stages of what you will need to do in schools. So we will be building up your knowledge, and there will be some theory as well, but we'll be building up your knowledge and hopefully confidence to get into schools. So Tuesday is the first of the subject days. On Wednesday this week, we've got a professional studies day. So on Wednesday, there is teaching on the role of the teacher. So we're starting off professional studies day. Normally they'll be on Monday, but this week they're on Wednesday. Thursday is another subject day. And then Friday, people on the School Direct course will be joining us, and that will be more of an academic thing. That will be all online. So if you're in bubble 1, in terms of actual physical attendance into the university, you're only in on Tuesday, 10 till 4. And if you are in bubble 2, you're only in on Thursday, 10 till 4. We say 10 till 4, but the attendance will be 10 till 3, because we want you, we realise some of you are coming in on buses and so on, and we want you to be able to get home at a reasonable time and how without hitting into the rush hour. So 10 till 3 will be the teaching period, and there will be some other work to do at home. You will need to bring a laptop in if you're coming into the bubbles, because there's partly parity of experience. Those at home and those at university need the same thing. So the work will be online. If you don't have a laptop at home, you cannot come in. A laptop you can bring in, you cannot come into the university. You will need a laptop. No laptop. If you forget your laptop, then just go home and join us virtually. From then on, we'll kick into this pattern only for the first 4 weeks. So Monday will be professional studies, and that will be delivered by the wider team, and that will be virtual and at home. On Tuesday, it'll be with me, and with the same thing. On Wednesday, you will get subject knowledge session. Now that will be all self-driven, all at home. I will link you into some resources, but this will be something that you will do in your time. On Thursday, it's a subject session, and on Friday, it is for the PGCE, the academic side. The timetable of the year, you will have been through this morning, but I thought I'd put this up again so you can have a good look at it. And you can see that the university time is only for the first 4 weeks, and then we kick into school experience. Now, what that means this year will be different from other years. In other years, it's been 120 days in school and two school experiences. This year, it is difficult with schools because people coming in and going out. So we're down to one placement. We know that we don't have to do, or you don't have to do 120 days anymore. And so we will work out what we do. For some of you, on the 5th of October, this may be virtual school experience. So this may be the kind of activities you will need in schools and further preparation. For some of you, you will be in a school. So it will vary, I think, from person to person. We will try to work it so that everyone gets a fair chance at being in school and being able to do the virtual study. We will do our best. What is being taught? These are the 4 themes, and we are going to keep revisiting these 4 themes. The technical thing is to spiral it, is what they call. You start off, you do it once, and then you do it again, and then you do it again, and so on. And so in all we do, professional studies and in the subject as well, we will be dealing with these 4 themes. The role of the teacher, learning, teaching and assessment, inclusive practice and managing behaviours. That sums up really what we want to do to prepare you for school. And the other hexagons, placements, well, at some point you'll be in a school. Professional studies, that's the Mondays. Transition to NQT will guide you, if everything's successful at the end, to move to that next stage. And then academic study is an important part of what you're doing, the theory of. And I'll just say a quick word on academic study, because some people might think, oh, I want to train to be a teacher. Why am I reading books about teaching? Well, those books contain all those years of decades and centuries, to be honest, of experience of what teaching means, what learning means, how to deal with teaching, how to deal with pupils. And it's a wealth of information that you need to be wanting to tap into, because here are all these experts, here is all this experience waiting for you, and everything you can learn from. The content of week 1 in terms of the subject session will be roughly around to teach and to learn and tasks and responsibilities. So the middle bit is very the practicalities of it. This is the day, this is what you'll do. The complex parts are, what does that mean to teach, and what does it mean? We'll start thinking about what it means to learn, because that's also part next week's focus is on learning. But I want to start off with this idea of what are you doing in the classroom. On Thursday, I want to look at key things. So what does it mean to be professional? I want to do some legal stuff so you know your rights and responsibilities in the classroom. And we're going to look at the teacher's standards as well. Another part of this week is going to be on you as the teacher as a reflective practitioner. So we'll be setting that up to start with on Tuesday, thinking about how to be ready to change and how to be ready to think about the process that you're going through. So what are you doing? QTS PGCE. When are you doing it? Well, it's a full-time course from now until July. You're doing it every day at this first 4 weeks university, then moving into school experience. So how you'll be doing it will be partly in face-to-face, but mainly, initially, online. What you'll be doing in it, we'll be looking at those 4 themes: role of teacher, learning assessment, inclusive and managing behaviour, and we will work all things around those 4 things. And why you're doing it, well, that's the question for you. So I'm going to leave you with that question, and I want you to start thinking about your reasons or your pedagogy that underlies your practice.